Since their inception, the Lakers have racked up 17 championships, which is one behind the Boston Celtics for the most in NBA history. Their most recent title came in 2019 and 2020, which gave them the all-time lead before the Celtics tied them back up in 2023 and 2024. 1. Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson is undoubtedly the best player in Lakers history. He is also part of the best trade in Lakers history due to the fact that his pick was originally owned by the New Orleans Jazz, now the Utah Jazz, who sent it to the Lakers in a deal in 1976, a trade that changed the Lakers franchise forever. LA selected Magic first overall in 1979, and the rest is history. He impressed in his rookie season, averaging 18.0 points, 7.7 rebounds and 7.3 assists per game on his way to being named an All-Star. Despite the impressive numbers of the 6 to 9 point guard, he lost out to his rival, Larry Bird, in the Rookie of the Year race. He also led the Lakers to their first title since 1971-72 in his rookie season. Magic spent all 13 seasons of his NBA career with the Lakers, averaging 19.5 points, 7.2 rebounds and 11.2 assists per game. He led the Lakers to 5 championships next to Kareem, and later on, James Worthy. In those 5 title runs, he was named Finals MVP 3 times. He was a 12-time All-Star and 10-time All-NBA selection. In 2002, he was inducted into the Hall of Fame, capping off one of if not the best careers of any point guard in NBA history. 2. Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant is not just the second best Lakers player of all time, but he is also part of one of the best trades in both the history of the Lakers and the NBA. Bryant was drafted 13th overall in the 1996 draft by the Charlotte Hornets, who traded him to the Lakers for Vlade Divac. It is safe to say that the Lakers came out on top in that deal. Kobe spent all 20 seasons of his NBA career in Los Angeles, averaging 25.0 points, 5.2 rebounds and 4.7 assists per game. He was a 5-time champion, 2-time Finals MVP winner and the 2007-08 NBA MVP. He was also an 18-time All-Star, 15-time All-NBA selection and 12-time All-Defensive selection. Bryant also won 4 All-Star Game MVP awards, which is tied with Bob Pettit for the most in NBA history. Bryant was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2020, capping off one of the best careers any player has ever had in NBA history. 3. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was already one of the best players in the NBA in his first 6 seasons with the Milwaukee Bucks, leading the franchise to their first championship in 1970-71. In 1975, the Bucks sent him to the Lakers in one of the best trades in franchise history. His dominance would continue during his tenure with the Lakers, whom he spent 14 seasons with. In those 14 seasons, he averaged 22.1 points, 9.4 rebounds and 2.5 blocks per game. Alongside Magic Johnson, the duo led the Lakers to 5 titles during his 14 seasons with the franchise, including being named Finals MVP in 1984-85. During his time in Los Angeles, Kareem was a 13-time All-Star, 10-time All-NBA selection and 7-time All-Defensive selection. He was also a 3-time MVP winner and led the Lakers to 5 titles during their dominance in the 1980s. By the time he retired in 1989, Kareem was the NBA's all-time scoring leader, until LeBron surpassed him in 2023. In 1995, he was inducted into the Hall of Fame, capping off one of the most successful and legendary careers any player has had in NBA history. 4. Shaquille O'Neal. After being selected first overall by the Orlando Magic in 1992, it did not take Shaquille O'Neal long to dominate the NBA, winning Rookie of the Year in his first season. In 1996, he left Orlando in free agency and took his talents to LA, a move that would return the Lakers to championship contenders. Shaq dominated in his 8 years with the Lakers, averaging 27.0 points, 11.8 rebounds and 2.5 blocks per game. He helped lead the Lakers to a three-peat alongside Kobe Bryant from 1999-00 to 2001-02, winning Finals MVP in all 3 instances. He was the 1999-00 MVP, the only MVP award he would win during his legendary career. He was also a 7-time All-Star, 8-time All-NBA selection and 3-time All-Defensive selection. After the 2003-04 season, he was traded to the Miami Heat, where he would win his fourth and final title before being inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2016. 5. Jerry West. After being selected second overall by the Lakers in the 1960 draft, it did not take long for Jerry West to make an impact on the court. He spent all 14 seasons in the NBA with the Lakers, leading the Lakers to one championship in 9 finals appearances. In his 14 seasons, West averaged 27.0 points, 5.8 rebounds and 6.7 assists. The logo revolutionized the point guard position, leading the Lakers to a championship in 1971-72. He also became the first and only player in NBA history on the losing team to win Finals MVP, which he did in 1968-69. West was a 14-time All-Star, 12-time All-NBA selection and 5-time All-Defensive selection. Despite his 1-8 record in the finals and his lack of an MVP award, West is still one of the best point guards of all time who helped grow the NBA to what it is today. In 1980, he was inducted into the Hall of Fame. 6. Elgin Baylor. Elgin Baylor was a superstar for the Lakers for all 14 seasons of his career. Despite never winning a championship or an MVP award, Baylor is still one of the best and most dominant players in franchise history. The Lakers selected Baylor first overall in the 1958 draft. He dominated the NBA during his rookie season, averaging 24.9 points and 15.0 rebounds on his way to winning Rookie of the Year and finishing third in MVP voting. Over his 14 seasons in LA, Baylor averaged 27.4 points and 13.5 rebounds per game. That includes his 71-point game in 1960, which tied for the 9th most in a single game in NBA history. He was an 11-time All-Star and 10-time All-NBA selection. In 1977, he was inducted into the Hall of Fame. 7. James Worthy. After dominating alongside Michael Jordan at the University of North Carolina, the Lakers selected James Worthy first overall in the 1982 draft. He immediately made an impact and was a perfect fit next to Magic Johnson and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in his rookie season, finishing third in the Rookie of the Year race. In his second season, he helped lead the Lakers to a championship, the first of 3 titles he would win during his 12 years with the franchise. Over those 12 seasons, Worthy averaged 17.6 points and 5.1 rebounds per game. He was a 3-time champion, including winning the 1987-88 Finals MVP award. He was also a 7-time All-Star and 2-time All-NBA selection. In 2003, he was inducted into the Hall of Fame. 8. Wilt Chamberlain. Although most of his success came with the Golden State Warriors and Philadelphia 76ers, Wilt Chamberlain was still a dominant player during his time with the Lakers. Chamberlain was traded to the Lakers from the 76ers in 1968. Although he was not as dominant of a player as fans saw during the beginning of his career, Chamberlain still dominated on both ends of the floor. He spent the final 5 seasons of his career in LA, averaging 17.7 points and 19.2 rebounds. In 1971-72, he helped lead the Lakers to a championship, and was named Finals MVP. He was also a 4-time All-Star and 2-time All-Defensive selection. He made his only All-NBA team as a member of the Lakers in 1971-72. Chamberlain retired in 1974 after sitting out the 1973-74 season due to signing with the San Diego Conquistadors of the ABA. After retiring, he was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1979, capping off one of the most dominant careers in NBA history. 9. George Mikan. George Mikan was the original. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame. After retiring, he became one of the founders and commissioner of the ABA. 10. LeBron James. Before joining the Lakers in 2018, LeBron James had already won 3 championships and put together an impressive resume as one of the greatest players of all time. After joining LA, his resume has continued to grow. In his 6 seasons with the Lakers, LeBron has been a 6-time All-Star and 6-time All-NBA selection. His best season so far in LA was in 2019-20, when he led the Lakers to their 17th championship in franchise history. That same season, he finished second in MVP voting to Giannis Antetokounmpo. As LeBron now enters the final years of his career, he will look to bring another title to Los Angeles and continue to add to his legendary resume.